We are officially hijacking Technoid's channel. I'm Sneed from Sneed Mobile Tech, and we're going to be talking about a couple devices today. Mike is off, he's chilling, weather is good where he is. Meanwhile, it's like 10 inches of snow every day here in the CLE. But we got you faded on some tech news, and we're going to be talking about the Samsung Galaxy S22 phones and the most recent update that is coming, or has already arrived for some of you, with the Google Pixel 6 or 6 Pro. Let's get into those topics as we carry the show for Mike. Go ahead, cue the music. All right, Technoid Nation, so we've already seen a lot of different renders, leaks, pricing, all types of different information that's been coming out about the Samsung Galaxy S22 generation. A lot of people especially very excited about the Ultra edition of the phone. We do believe that it is going to be very Note-like. A lot of people have seen the pictures and the images of that. But a couple of things that I want to just discuss quickly before we kind of see it here in the next couple of weeks. We've got an announcement. They'll probably do some kind of like the unpacked or unveiling of that device. But I kind of want to talk about the pricing. I saw some of the Euro pricing, and you look at the conversions of the amounts, and it looks to be pretty much the same pricing as it was last year for that line of devices. So whether you get the regular S22, the Plus, or the Ultra, as long as they make all those same three models, you're going to basically be paying the same thing, which is surprising because they're probably going to be putting an S Pen with the Ultra device. So I would expect that to maybe carry a heftier price tag. Don't forget that Samsung has had trouble with supply issues. No OEM has been struck by supply chain issues as much as Samsung. Now, in terms of the RAM, 8 to 12 gigs of RAM, you get the whole thing, the storage and all of that. It's going to be an expensive and premium phone. One of the reasons why it doesn't really sell that great is because not everyone is into buying phones at that price point. Very expensive. And, considering the supply chain issue, I don't know, maybe some people would be interested, but they're going to have a hard time getting them. So hopefully that can kind of stabilize this year. They could do better with supplying enough phones for people to buy, and that becomes less of an issue. But I still expect the iPhone to outsell the Galaxy devices by a long shot. I don't think it's going to be even close. But it is exciting to see this phone is going to carry some of the same pricing. That's actually a good thing. Samsung's known to raise pricing from generation to generation, so that's good. And the last thing I want to talk to you guys about today, which is going to be the Google Pixel 6 and 6 Pro with its January update. All right, so I've been using this device essentially since launch. I've had the phone the whole entire time, and there have been times where I've needed an update because the phone has been buggy, it's been unstable, it's acted finicky, funny, Google apps, all these different crashes. It's kind of been a pain in the you-know-what. The one thing that I got from the January update was stability, which is great. I got stability in cellular, I got stability in app functionality, the camera. A lot of different updates came in and they were very good and made the phone experience better. The one thing that they messed up in the January patch, no C-band N77, the 3.7 gigahertz spectrum from AT&T and especially Verizon. That connection is still not enabled on this device, or the two devices I should say, and that's a big time cellular need. A lot of people have been waiting for this, and it's going to offer an improved cellular experience, mobile networking for a lot of people, and it's not on the January update. That means the soonest we're going to see it is probably going to be a February update, and you saw what happened with the December update, so who knows when we're going to get it. So for those of you that have Verizon and AT&T and you have a Google Pixel 6 or 6 Pro, you are patiently or impatiently waiting for a C-band or N77 update to have that band enabled on your phone so you can take advantage of that cellular connection. Google, you totally messed this up. That should have been in that update in January. Carriers like Verizon, AT&T, you should have pushed Google, the OEM of the device, to include that in the update. You should have forced the issue, and now there are people that are kind of like stuck in the dark, waiting, feeling FOMO, that they don't have that connection. The iPhone 12 generation has it. They got it in the update with 15.0 or 15.1. The newest generation of iPhones have it, the newest Galaxies have it, and here's the Google Pixel 6, 6 Pro, does not have it. Shame on you, Google. Shame on you, carriers, for not forcing the issue. all these people that have this phone and they can't connect to this incredible N77 connection. And everybody's loving it so far. Very, very disappointing. And that's it for this episode of Technoid. Mike, thanks for letting me fill in. Thanks for letting me do an episode here on the channel. It was a lot of fun to do this and film it. Hope you guys enjoyed this. If you do, give this video a like and a share, and that helps out this channel in the YouTube algorithm. And don't forget that you guys want to make sure that you subscribe and turn on the bell notifications so you never miss an upload from Technoid. Thanks so much for watching. Hope you guys have a great rest of the day, and we will see you all on the next video. Peace.